Bonsai are kept in small pots and therefore we need to repot them in order to replenish the soil and keep the tree healthy. You can choose to use the same bonsai pot and simply replenish the soil, or you can choose another pot to change the style or size of the container. In this video we explain when and how to repot, what soil to use and which bonsai pots to select for your tree. On average, bonsai are repotted every 2 to 3 years. If you see the roots circling around the root system, your bonsai needs to be repotted. If the roots are still contained within soil, leave it and check again in the following spring. We repot most tree species in early spring, just before the tree starts to grow actively. At this stage, deciduous trees are not sustaining full-grown foliage, and evergreens are not yet actively growing, so the damaging effect of repotting will be minimized. Repotting in early spring will also ensure that damage done to the root system will be quickly repaired as soon as the tree starts growing. Fall could also be a good time to repot bonsai, but make sure to check for specific information for your tree species on our website. We recommend to use an inorganic soil mix of akadama, lava rock and pumice in equal parts. Make sure to check our video on bonsai soil for more info, or again check our website. When selecting a pot, your first priority should always be the health of your bonsai. The pot should be big enough to encourage healthy growth, and if you like to reduce the root mass, make sure to do so over the course of several years. In terms of aesthetics, you have a lot to choose from. For example, the shape, style and color of your bonsai pot. Usually, coniferous bonsai look good in unglazed pots, and deciduous or tropical bonsai look great in glazed pots. Watch our video on pot selection for more info. Now let's look at how to repot a bonsai tree. Make sure you have the right tools: scissors, some wire, a wire cutter and a chopstick. Often bonsai are anchored to the pot they are planted in. In that case, cut the wire. Carefully remove the tree from its pot using a root rake. Evaluate if repotting is necessary. In this case, it is, as the roots are circling around the inside of the pot. In this case, we repot the tree into the same pot. We prepare the pot by covering the drainage holes with mesh. The mesh is held in place with wire. We also attach an additional wire, which we will use to stabilize and anchor the tree to the pot later. Using a chopstick, carefully remove the old soil, start on the sides and bottom of the tree. Try to avoid damaging roots in the process. When repotting pines, leave at least half the root mass untouched to protect the mycorrhizal fungus, which is essential for the tree's survival.
Okay, this is as far as I would go right now. You can see these long roots, we can just prune those away. Ideally, I would not prune more than 20 or 30% of the roots, because apart from the pruning that you're doing by using the chopstick, you also damage the roots quite a bit. So you don't want to remove too much in one go. If you try to reduce the pot size over time, just take it step by step over the years. But for now, the pot for this tree is a good size. All right.
If you are interested to learn more about these techniques, consider enrolling in one of our online bonsai courses. Here, expert teachers explain the relevant techniques, and you can ask them questions. For a free lesson, go to bonsaiempire.com/courses. Add a thin layer of heavy-grained soil first, like lava rock, grit or akadama, which serves as a drainage layer. Place the tree back in its pot. Use the wires previously attached to hold the tree in place. Add bonsai soil around the tree. Use your chopsticks to work the soil around the roots, making sure to fill all the air pockets around the root system.
The most important thing to keep in mind when repotting a bonsai is the timing. The best time in the year to repot most bonsai trees is in the early spring, right before the growing season starts.
Finally, we water the tree generously. Learn how to create your own bonsai trees by enrolling in one of our online bonsai courses. We explain techniques like pruning, wiring and repotting, and you can ask questions to the teachers. For the curriculums and free lessons, go to bonsaiempire.com/courses.